Hi, everybody. It's Laura Milligan, TGIF. Happy Friday. Um, I am here with day 5 days in a row of doing a Facebook Live. I'm highlighting some of my favorite products that were part of the pre order. As demonstrators, we're able to pre order products ahead of our customer base, which is one of the many perks of being a demonstrator. And so I'm just highlighting this week all some of the products that I got in the pre-order. There are a lot of really good things, and I hope that you have enjoyed this week of daily Facebook lives. It's been really fun for me to connect with you every day, and although I'm not going to lie, it has kept me pretty busy and kept me on my toes with everything else going on, but it's been really fun, and I hope that all of you have enjoyed it as well. I appreciate all of your kind comments. So I'm going to go ahead and get right to it. I'm going to, well, first, I always like to make sure, let me check and make sure that I'm connected because I know there's sometimes a delay and technology can be a bit iffy sometimes. But okay, there we go. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Becky. Happy Friday. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera view down. Oops, and I don't know what that is. Hold on a second. Somehow I have some weird message on here, but you know what? Oh, wait, let me try this. There we go. Okay. Like I said, technology is not always my friend. I'm not even sure how I did that. But anyway, I am going to start by showing you the 4 cards that I've made this week up until now. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Sarah. So this was the first day. This is a beautiful suite of products. Everyone is loving this. Gorgeous paper. These flowers were cropped directly from the paper. Hues of Happiness. Sweet Songbirds. I made this cute little card with the little bird and the bird punch bundle. Wednesday, I switched it up and did this card from Brood for You. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for joining in. This was Wednesday's card. And I commented yesterday that obviously I really like blues and purples because those were my days 1, 2, and 3. Then yesterday I really switched it up. I added a pop of bright color. This is our Sweet Sorbet in color, one of our new in colors, and so I made this really cute card. This card is going to Terry Bate, and so Terry, I will get this in the mail to you probably today, if not today, tomorrow for sure. But the winners of these cards are randomly drawn from all of those that make comments. So if you leave a comment, you may have a chance to win. So those are the 4 cards I've made so far this week. Today I have a different one, but I first want to mention, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I have now released the He's the Man card class to go, and I watched a video this morning while I was having my morning coffee, and it was by Sarah Douglas. She is the CEO of Stampin' Up. She is Shelley Gardner's daughter, and she is a wonderful young woman. This was one of the suites, one of the collections that she picked as one of her favorites in our new catalog, and I couldn't agree more. If you are in need of masculine cards, which I think we all are, you don't want to miss this suite of products. So, and this class to go will not disappoint. I sent an email out yesterday inviting you to register. I will be sending one out again. I'll talk more about this on Monday and show you a little sneak peek of what all is included. But do not miss that class. I have heard so many times everyone saying we need more masculine card ideas, so that will fit the bill. Okay, so today, this one is one of my favorites. It is gorgeous, and I'm sorry to say, not sorry really, but it is another card featuring some beautiful shades of blue. This is the Sunprint Suite, and gosh, it is so pretty, so pretty. I'm going to make a card using this suite. This suite includes, and of course I have to point out, something that Stampin' Up! Does that I think is super smart is that they have one number here. You probably can't read it, but it's 158805. You can put this number down and you get everything you see on this page. So you don't have to write down, you know, more than one thing. It's just one number ordering, which I love. It makes it super simple. And I don't know why you wouldn't want everything on this page. I sure did. It includes the designer paper, and which is called, let me see, what is it called? Sun Prints. It includes the Nature's Print Bundle, which is the stamp set and coordinating dies, and then the fern embossing folder, which I'm going to show. I'm actually using all of those today in my card. So, yes, this paper is gorgeous. So I have a little sample. Let me just show you. This is what, so when I was in Riverton, Utah, Salt Lake City for the $1 Million Retreat in March, I learned something that was with designer paper. What the designers call it is the A side and the B side. So the A side is what I'm showing you now. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the A side. It has more of a prominent pattern to it. Look how pretty. This is gray granite. That's another color featured in this paper. It's Starry Sky and Night of Navy. So that's the A side. And then the B side, as they refer to it, are the more subtle background type designs. They're just not as bold or prominent, but look how beautiful though. And they look so pretty together, don't they? There's stripes and florals and just like this has some kind of real soft like writing on it. But beautiful, beautiful paper. So let me set that aside. Here is the beautiful card that I want to make for you today. And it just uses a little bit of the designer paper, but it uses the dies, the stamps, that fern embossing folder. So let me show you how this goes together. Okay, so let me see here. Here's my little packet. So I'm going to start by stamping on this piece of paper. This is white cardstock. I have a thick white card base. As you know, that is my favorite. I usually do white card base, thick white card bases. So what I'm going to do is start with Starry Sky, and I'm going to use 2 images from the stamp set. This first one is like I call these sprigs. It's like a little floral thing. I call them sprigs. And then this little splotchy stamp. So I'm going to stamp that on this. I'm going to start with the gray granite. And let's ink this up. And I'm just going to put that about right there. I'm going to close this ink up because I don't need... That's the only thing I'm going to stamp with that today. And then I'm going to do Starry Sky and do this other floral sprig there. You will definitely be seeing more of this suite in use by me. And I know that in June, Sherry and I are using this for our class to go. So I'm going to stamp the sprig right over the granite. And you know what? I'm going to flip this over because I forgot. I'm going to get my gray granite out again. I think I'll like it better if I stamp off first. Okay, so I just want this to be a little lighter. There we go. Now I'm going to do the Starry Sky again. That's why I always say, aren't we always glad that our paper has 2 sides? I'm going to put that about right... I'm going to go this way, right there, like that. Okay. Then I am going to take a scrap piece of paper, white cardstock, and I am going to stamp the hello there. And I also did that in, well, that's going to be done in Orchid Opulence. So I'm going to stamp this here, and then I am going to just go ahead and crop this with my die cutting machine because I wanted to show you another new product. But first I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. I'm going to take this big sprig here, and I did this in Orchid Oasis. Get this inked up. that. Isn't that? Look how pretty that is. So pretty. Okay. So I have those two things that I'm going to die cut. And then the other part, let's see. This is another part that I've already die cut. It is one of the dies from this bundle. These are called natural prints dies. So let me show you these. This is really neat. This is a big wreath. That'll be fun to use. The different floral sprigs and images, of course, and then this label shape, which I really love, and that I cut right out of the designer paper. That's the one that has very, very subtle writing on it. You can almost barely see it, but it adds a real subtle texture, and there's the beautiful side of the back. That would look pretty on there as well, but I'm going to keep this a little bit more soft. So I'm going to take this. This will crop out my big orchid oasis. I want to keep calling this orchid opulence. We used to have that color, and sometimes I call it the wrong name, but it's orchid oasis. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Hi, Gran. Debbie, you are so nice. Okay. Now I'm going to put my ink away because I think I'm done stamping. And I'm going to bring my die cutting machine up here, and I don't want to get ink all over the place. So give me 1 second here. Glad you're joining in, Jennifer. Yeah, I sort of do these lives. I kind of plan those around the time when I don't think the mailman is going to be around, because my dog loves the mailman and he gets a little excited. Okay, I'm going to set all this aside and bring in my die cutting machine. And I know you're not going to be able to see this whole thing, but hopefully you can see enough to see what I'm doing. I love our new die cutting machine. One of the things I love about it, well, first of all, I think it cuts really well. Even some of the more intricate dies, I think it does an amazing job with those. But I also love that all the plates are numbered. And I don't know if you can see, like, this is number 1. This is the base plate. And depending on what you're cutting, if you're cutting dies, you can look here, and it says using with thin dies, and it shows you 1, 2, and 2 of number 3. It shows you which plates you need to use. So, and that's what I'm going to do for this one, because I'm cutting some dies. Okay. So I'm going to position this. I'm still waiting for my magnetic platform to come. It hopefully will be here next week. I'm going to get that lined up, because that will make this, it's amazing when you use the magnetic platform, because it just snaps the dies right into place. So for the hello there, I pulled out something else that's new. These are called Stylish Shapes, and this is an awesome set of dies. It has circles, squares, and then these banners, and they're all stitched. And so I love the addition of stitches on these dies. So I'm going to put this here, and I call these framelets, because, especially this one, because you stamp first and then the dies will frame that image. So let me then put my second plate number 3 on there. We'll just go ahead and crank this through. I always recommend, we have a mini die cutting machine now, but I always recommend the larger one. I don't know, for me it's easier to use. All of our dies, all of our embossing folders will fit in there. Whoop, I just lost my little die. And look how easy those pop out. So I'm going to set these aside for 1 second, and then I want to show you, give me a second here. Okay, so I want to show you this piece, which I want to emboss. So I stamped first, and then I am going to emboss with this new Fern 3D folder. So when they say 3D, they just mean it has a little bit extra thickness to it, I guess. At least that's the way I would describe it. And if you pick one of these up, you can tell that it is definitely a thicker folder. So there's a special plate to use for that. I'm going to go ahead and just put this right in here. And I don't think this is, I'm not sure that this is a die or an embossing folder that needs to be put in exactly straight. But if it is, or if you're ever using one, there's a line that goes across here, and it will help you line up your die, or I'm sorry, line up your cardstock in the folder so that it's straight. I'm going to set that down a minute. I want to show you then on the platform. So this is our, like I said, platform number 1. This is our main base platform. One thing I should also point out is when you're doing your die cutting, never cut on any surface that's white. So you'd never want to cut on this or this. These are platforms. You don't want to cut on them. They're not meant to be cut on. What you want to cut on are the clear plates. They won't get wrecked. They are made to be cut up, and you can see how mine are already very well used. I replace them frequently. I like to have clean cutting plates, fresh cutting plates. So let me show you. So I'm looking on here, and I see here, this is what you use for the 3D embossing folders, and it's plate number 1 and plate number 4. That's all you need. So I'm going to put plate number 1 down. I'm going to put my embossing folder, and they do recommend putting the hinge first. And then here is plate number 4. So super easy. If you forget which platform, which sandwich you need, you just look at the base plate. I'm going to crank this through. See how easily that goes through too? Okay, so let me get my machine out of the way here. Set all the plates. They just make it so easy. There's no question. You just look at the platform, that base plate, and it will tell you what you need. So here is my embossed panel with the ferns, and hopefully you can see the detail. It's really cool. It's really, really a beautiful embossing folder. I get every embossing folder that we have because I just love them. I don't think you can ever have too many of those. Okay, so I'm going to bring my little pad back in, and we're going to put this card together. So I'm going to take my base, thick white base, and my bone folder. Okay. Then I am going to take my Tombow glue, and I'll just attach my embossed panel to my card front. Hi, Marcia. How are you? Hope everyone's having a good day. I will say, in Canton, Ohio, where I live, I have my little my straight pin here. I'm gonna poke this. I was using this glue earlier, but sometimes the tip of it just gets clogged, so I leave that pin there, so that I can unclog it easily and get that glue flowing. All right, so I'm gonna put this here like this. I'll just center this on my front panel. Give that a press. But yeah, it's a cold, dreary day. It's been raining all morning, and there is no sunshine. And I was sitting at my desk, and even though it's so cold and dreary, everything's so green. I know I talked about this the other day, but I look out on my backyard, and the leaves are starting to come out. Our grass is so green, and it looked pretty, even though it's such a somewhat miserable day. I don't know. Okay, next I'm going to add this panel. It's going to go right across here. This is the Orchid Oasis. I almost said Orchid Opulence again. If I say that wrong, you're going to know what I mean, right? Okay, so I'm just going to attach some of my dimensionals here. Love the colors of this. Okay. So this, I'll put there. Just right there like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my little label, and like I said, this was cut from these set of dies that all these florals come from. What is it called again? I have to look. I have to learn the name of all these, right? It's a process. Nature's Prints bundles, the Natural Prints dies. So these are the Natural Prints dies, and you can see here's the label shape right there. It's really cute. I don't think we've ever had one like that. Really, really cute. Okay, so I'm going to take that, and then I pulled out my Starry Sky metallic ribbon. I'm really liking working with this. I could have used the Orchid Opulence. I see that on my sample I use the Orchid Opulence. Let me see if, you know what, let me stand up here a second. See if I can grab, it doesn't really matter. I think either will work, but I do kind of like the Orchid Oasis. There I go. I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing. I agree, Marcia. Rain, rain, go away, but everything is growing. That's so true. So, so true. Okay, so Orchid Oasis. And what I'm going to do is just wrap. There's all kinds of different things you could do with this ribbon. But what I did, just because I like to kind of, I don't know, switch it up a little bit. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently than my sample. I'm going to just wrap this. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this just to hold this ribbon in place. I'm just going to wrap it around here. In fact, you know, well, yeah, okay. And I'll snip this. Okay, just do that like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just position this. And this is going to be on this panel. These are already popped up. So this part is the only area that really needs a dimensional, because this will be popped up by that floral part that's popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a dimensional on that one end. Just right there, like that. We'll go ahead. And pop this in place. And that looks pretty good. I think I'll just put it right there, like that. Okay, now I'm going to take just a little bit of that adhesive and just put that there to hold this part in place, because then I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch circle on there, and look how cute. You can see the difference. I mean, it's very slight and subtle, but I just love the extra detail of the stitching around that circle. So I'm going to go ahead and just attach this. I could use my Stampin' Seal, but I'm going to just use my glue. Just squiggle some of that on there, and that's going to be centered just like that. And that kind of helps hold that ribbon in place. And I know I talked the other day about one of the things I love about this new ribbon is how you can kind of fray these edges. Oh my gosh, this is an old pair of paper snips and they are so sticky. I need to find my, hold on, let me see if I have my new pair. This is not my newer pair, but they've got to be better. Those, like, I could barely pull the blades apart. They were so sticky. Huh. It's funny. But I like on this ribbon how you can sort of, even just with your hands, fray this ribbon at the end. I love that look. Okay, so there's that. Isn't it pretty? Don't you love the colors of this? I really do. Just love it. Okay, so then all I need to do is embellish, and I have pulled out one of my favorite embellishments, the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels. I'm going to take my... Hi, Teresa. How are you? Okay, so... Oh, thank you. Thanks, everyone. I so appreciate your kind comments. This has been really fun for me, too. These come in 3 different sizes, and, you know, my goal behind this was there's so many new things to love, and I thought this would just be a good way to kind of get us started, expose you to as many new products as I could, and that was sort of my goal. Okay, so there is my card. That's my finished card. Now I'm going to pull this stamp set over. It says hello there on the front, and you could do you're on my mind. I love that. a heartfelt thank you, best wishes, and happy thoughts. I think I'm going to do You're on My Mind. Let's see, I think that's this one. Nope, here it is. You're on my mind. I'm going to go ahead and take a block. And you know, there's probably still a little bit of that gray granite ink, so I'm just going to stamp that. It's going to be super light. I'll just stamp that once or twice. And then I'll take this You've Been on My Mind, or You're on My Mind. That's what it says, You're on My Mind. And I'll take my Orchid Opulence. That's the color I use for the one on the front. Oh, Suzanne, you're always so kind. Thanks, everybody. So sweet. Makes me feel so good to know you've enjoyed all these. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this here. So You're on My Mind. And I saw one time somebody put one little gem. You know, normally we embellish on the card front, but I saw, I don't know, somebody put an embellishment on the inside of their card by the greeting, and I just thought that was really sweet. So there's the inside. Now I'm going to say I don't know that if I was making this again, I would stamp this splotch. I guess it just softens it. It's okay, but I think if I was doing it again, I would probably just stamp the words and not do the splotch. But it's okay. I can live with it, and I like this touch of the added little iridescent jewel there. So there is my card. So if you leave a comment today, be sure to do that so that you perhaps will win this card. I will get it in the mail to you. So I will be drawing for this card on Monday. I will be going live again on Monday at 1. But next week I am not going live every day. I'll probably just do it Monday and Thursday. But I enjoy it, and I appreciate all your kind comments so much. Oh, Debbie gave me an A+ for this week. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch my view up again. Thank you all so much for your kind comments. And if you are, if you do not have a demonstrator and would like to order products, I would be very pleased if you would order through me. If you go to lauramilligan.com, that is my blog. I am behind on posting that this week. I'm going to be updating. Normally when I do a Facebook Live, I load it up to my blog the next day, and I'm a little behind on that, but that will get done soon. And if you go to my blog, you will see a shop link. And if you just click on that, it will take you directly to my online store where you can order. And that way you know you're ordering directly from me. Of course, I'd be very grateful for your orders. I hope I've inspired you and gotten you excited about the new catalog. Also, I wanted to take a minute to wish all of you that are mothers a very happy Mother's Day, whether it's babies, fur babies, aunts. I think as women, we're all very nurturing, whether you're actually a biological mother or not. Like I said, fur babies, aunts, moms, whatever. I am very grateful for the wonderful mom that I had. I miss her so much, and I've been thinking of her all day today. I know I'll be thinking of her fondly this weekend. I will be celebrating with my mother-in-law, who is a beautiful person and wonderful mom. So that will be really nice. And I will have one of my girls here with me for Mother's Day. But I hope that all of you that are moms, no matter what kind of mom, I wish you all a happy Mother's Day. And I think that, you know, it's a blessing to be a mom. I know I'm very blessed. Now I'm going to get choked up. I'm very blessed to be a mom of my 4 daughters and have the mom that I did. And I wish you all a very beautiful day. And I will see you next week. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me all week. Bye-bye.